Greetings, hello. It's been a while since I've used YouTube to do anything but watch videos. But, a little fun never hurt anything. I discovered that if I talk through my process when I make stuff, it helps me improve. So I figured I'm not just going to sit here in an empty room talking to myself like some kind of crazy person. That would just be ridiculous. Instead, I'm going to talk while also doing stuff and then live streaming it as an excuse to not go crazy, I guess. Anyway, okay. So it seems like we're golden on the boob tube. I'm gonna try not to cuss because I feel like that's just, that's just standard practice. Why would you use curse words? It's just totally unnecessary, and it's just bad. Don't curse, kids. Okay. Check it out. This is a song. And the reason it's a song is because I say so. And I haven't asked anybody else's opinion. And I think it's a song. It has a name. It's called Sunset with Her because it's kind of a nice name. I think it's kind of a nice song. Here's how it goes. I'm gonna let you guys in on a secret. That's not the magic piano. It is a magic piano that's playing that, and it's called Citrus. It's just a little plugin, and I modified a preset so that it would sound like that, and I heavily modified it. So don't think that I just stole a preset, made a change to it, called it mine. I don't think it's mine. I just know that it sounds cool. I know that the chords are mine. Well, they're not mine, but they're anybody's. Anyway, I digress. So, the only thing that's left over is an operator 2 and volume. There's this envelope, and these things right here. See where it's kind of, boop, 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 boop. Yeah, that's the only thing left over. I changed the sequencing of the chords. I changed over here the envelope settings. It used to be much different. Now it's just the same so it's like it's different, and I'm really self-conscious about using other people's stuff now because it's just it's not something that I like to do. Whatever. Anyway, so this is called Arcos, but really it's different from the Arcos preset. So this is even further. So there's a preset called Echoes, and I changed it so that it's Arcos. And I didn't just change the name, I changed everything. And then I went into Arcos, which sounds different because it's much lower pitched and it's much more bassy, and it doesn't have the same, you know, I don't want to say penetration because I don't want to get flagged, but it doesn't have the same, you know, clickiness. It doesn't sound as good. It sounds much lower. It's like boom, 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 boom. This sounds much nicer, and it took a little bit to make it sound nicer. There's these. The reason that so, if I turn this off, the reason it sounds this. That little that's this right here. It's a built-in reverb, and I guess all the settings that you really need are there, but I don't like using reverb if it's inside of a plugin because I feel like I have less control because the reverb settings won't appear inside the mixer, and that bothers me. I don't know why it does, it just kind of does. And so the song starts out like this, just with starts out kind of, you know, pretty little guitar sound, and the timing isn't fantastic, but I feel like it's pretty good. I did a little modifications just in the mixer right here, not this mixer, but this one, the track display. I don't know what it's called. What's it called? The playlist. I did a little editing in the playlist so that it would sound on time. So each one of these quarters for every measure, I guess that's what they're called, it'll play a note. Which is actually a little misleading because it goes boom, 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 boom. So it's really it plays two notes for every little quarter. But that's because of the reverb, or the delay, not the reverb. The delay is set so that it's this little notch, which means that it'll play the next thingy. So he'll hear this, and then he'll play it again right there, my little reverb buddy, and it sounds pretty neat. And I increased the mix level so that I got lucky because the structure of me playing the chord on my guitar means that because it's a chord, and if you play the whole thing at once, it sounds nice. And if you play just two notes at once, it'll also sound nice. There's, you know, it doesn't sound like really, it's not full of dissonance. It doesn't sound bad. And so it'll play a note, and then the next thing, it'll play that note again, and it kind of creates like, I don't want to use the word harmony, but it does kind of sound neat because it'll go boop 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 doo 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 doo, you know. goes over that little hill twice in the same way that this synthesizer over here, this troublemaker, that bad boy has a whole bunch of crap going on in it inside of there, and it is the same thing, and it's just kind of different. Where this is an acoustic version of this kind of, and they switch over here. And so that delay makes it sound cool. This is just your run-of-the-mill bass track thing. And I really should put more effort into such a renowned instrument, because everybody knows anybody who can pick up a bass guitar is a bass player. You know, you can teach a dog to play the bass guitar. And that's not me hating on the bass, because it's one of those instruments where anybody can play it, but to play it and sound like really, really good takes a lot of skill. There's like a learning curve where like you start out like down here, and then, you know, you got to learn how to do it really well. So then you go like, you go all the way, anyway, then you got to jump all the way up here. And it's like, you got, this is just, down here is where everybody starts, and then through a lot of practice you got to come all the way up here, and if you don't practice then you can come back down here. Anyway, this is the little bass thing, and it's just this 3 times oscillator. There's no envelope, although if there was one, it would probably sound a lot nicer. Let's see if that made a difference. I can hear a difference. I think it sounds nicer. Okay. Alright, cool, that sounds nice. The thing that's nice about this plugin is that they have these pitch knobs, which is something the other oscillator I guess does have, or the synth does have something like that, but it's not the same. Because because the other oscillator is just like, let me show you what I'm on about. Let me go fish it out of the abyss here. I have it open because I want to add a chord at the beginning of each thing, so it'd be like do, you know, the same way this is, except it'll be like, it'll have more, it'll add something to it. But this is what, like, okay, synth, with your 2 saw waves, even if I set it just a sine wave, there's like a chorus in there somewhere, and I can't figure out where it is. And it bothers me. And see, there's like, you can kind of hear it, but you can see it really well down here. See there's like an LFO or something. There's all sorts of stuff going on. You know, I can't get just like a normal sine wave like I can with Citrus. Also, Tycho, really great guy. And you gotta love his love of simplicity. Because especially a lot of his ambient tracks rely on this. So he probably uses Massive or some other expensive plugin that I don't have the money to buy. But whoops. That's operator 2. I want operator 1. So over here, check it out. If you just you know, that's all that is. I hate spam callers. I really do. Anyway. Okay, so yeah, that's what it's a sine wave with an envelope on it, and it's neat, and you gotta love his love of simplicity. So anyway, the drums are the same thing. Simple. I hate this. Just the normal. Boom, 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 boom. And it's an insert 4. It has sound goodizer. And I said this earlier. No, I didn't. Some stuff sounds far away sometimes. This just brings it back to the front. It's not a be-all, end-all sound mastering solution, but for somebody like me who doesn't know a whole lot about mastering, it's perfect. And then it's probably counterintuitive. See how it... So it brings it to the front. So it does change it. So it's not counterintuitive that I put a low pass filter on it and then have the cut at a little bit past halfway. Because all of that lo-fi, I'm just going to make a beat and make it sound good. Not to sound condescending to those people who make that music, because I like it too. It's just the drums are simple. If you want something to sound kind of old and retro and 80s, one of the easiest ways you can do that, at least in my personal experience, is just to make a normal beat like this. Make it sound the best that you can. Have a bassier kick in it. Because it's like a drum beat. You want some bass or something. I increase the duration just because I like that, it might sound a little dumb, but when you're hearing it with everything else, it's a little welcomed. And so then you just get your beat. You can put... I EQ'd this because this kick right here, GS Real kick, I put this here to accentuate the bass drum. Because the bass drum doesn't sound like a real drum, it sounds like a synthesized drum. And this sounds like a real drum because it's just, I'm like 99% sure it's just a recording. And if they did make it like synthetically, then they did such a good job that I couldn't notice. And so sometimes I have it like here, you know, I play the kick without playing this on top of it, which makes it sound kind of neat. And then it's just a hat and a snare, and that's all you need. That's all you need, boys. And then you just put a filter on it, the fruity love filter. Check it out. It's exactly what you would expect. I haven't done too much in it. I don't really know how to use this. Like, I don't know what this is, but I'm a beginner, so that's okay. I'm not making any, you know, razor blade videos. Okay, another phone call time. More spam. I don't know how to plugin works. I just know that it's a filter, and I'm so tired of going into Effector and using the filter preset in there, because it's one of those, it's cool because you can change from a low pass filter to a high pass filter using X and Y parameters, but at the same time, this is nice. And so you just slap a filter on that, and yeah, there you go. There's a ton of tools in here for like mastering whatever, but I'll learn those in the future when they become relevant. Don't want to sound like Jake Paul calling everybody irrelevant, but, and you know, these tools are probably really useful, so I probably really should know how to use them. Anyway, is it still... Nope, the sun came out. There you go. Alright. I do want to add like a sound that's like calling out above everything. Let's see. Pattern 1, Control A, Control C. Go back. Oh, hey. I already have it here. Nice. Nice. Ow, that's really loud. I'm gonna turn it down. Oh yeah, because it's still... Huh. Now let's try something cool. Huh, that sounds neat. Boo 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 boo. Huh. Alright, let's make it a loop. And then this is going to be the beginning of that loop. And then I want this . Huh, neat. Okay. Nah, I don't really like that. I'm gonna delete everything. It's all going. And then this is no longer a loop. None. Let's just throw that in there. It's so dirty, but whatever. Oh, it doesn't sound half bad. And then let's add another operator. It's got that same envelope from earlier. Here, let's... and add LFO. See, I want it to be tempo, and I want it to come out. I want that gone, and I want this coming out here. And the speed, come on, work with me here. Okay, it sounds not bad. Yeah, that doesn't sound half bad, and it's, you know, putting this LFO on it with the volume, and then there's a plugin called, and so the FL Studio gives you all these plugins, right, at the beginning, and they don't unlock all of them, so you just kind of have to know which ones you can use and which ones you can't. One of the ones that you can't use is called Gross Beat, and Gross Beat basically is just... it plays, it's like an envelope thing, so you can basically modify an envelope the same way that you can in this right here, and then you have these envelope settings. You can basically do that the same thing in Gross Beat, except it's a plugin so you can put it over anything. And that's my understanding of it. It's probably a more powerful tool. I don't know. I didn't use it very much because I only got to use it once because I only was using the trial version of that plugin. And so the thing I don't understand about it is that I saw a guy, I was watching a tutorial, and he put it over a Citrus synth that he made. And I want to call it synth because I know it's frequency modulation. I know it's a frequency modulator, but I'm just going to call it a synth because that's just, you know, whatever, it's the instrument. Anyway, but this exists. And you know, he put that plugin, he put Gross Beat over this, when this exact thing that he was looking for was just a couple of clicks away. I don't know. All I want to say is just like, look around your plugins, people. You never know what you're gonna find. And I found a convenient little thingy, you know, that made it so that it sounds good. There we go. That's better. One, two, three, four, five. You know what, it's more noise, and let's see how the whole thing sounds. So I'm gonna put this here. That sounds kind of dumb. Alright, that's what we're gonna keep. And let's see. Oh wow, that hurts. And I just realized something. Huh. There's an element there where the first notes play and this operator is lower, and then this, because of this is playing, and the natural FL Studio makes this quiet, and then I should save my work. And then this goes away because of the envelope, and then this becomes louder in the second time. You know, second time it plays. And I don't want it to be a loop. It's not something I like, which means I'm gonna have to change it. But it also means that I have to figure out what is gonna go there instead. See, there's so much going on that's like, you know, there's so much tapping. It sounds like this, which are they're my vitamins. Might as well take my vitamins. That probably sounds gross. But anyway, there's not any chords, like just solid. You know, I'm not hearing anything that's just, okay, let's turn off the envelope and then get operator 2 out. Okay, not bad. Let's do the same thing that we did with the first oscillator and actually have an envelope, except it kind of it does that thing, you know the thing that I'm talking about, where it comes in then it fades out. So oh, because it's the tempo. Not because it's the tempo, actually. It's because this is needs to be. Now the decay. It ends about there. Oh, so that just means that it has to be longer. Like there. Alright, it's kind of a big envelope, but it's quick and dirty and it'll do for my purposes. And you know, I kind of like it. Because it has this thing, and then... What does that sound like, actually? I can't really hear it, there's so much going on. There we go. Just kind of looks like a bunch of sausages. The sausage synth. I shall dub thee sausage synth. Okay, something about that's bothering me. I don't like the way that it comes in later. I wish that it came in before the thing started, which is impossible. You can't go back in time. What if I just brought this up here? Would that sound better? No, it doesn't. It doesn't sound better. Oh, what about an LFO? How would an LFO fare? Boop 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 boo. Delete. Tempo. Drag that there. The same business with the other one. Yeah. Now, how does that sound? Okay. And then the envelope, I should make it steeper. And what if I increase the rate by 2? Ooh, that sounds weird. I don't like that. Is there an automation clip for this? Okay, I'll remember that next time I want to do trans. Let's see, that's 4, and I want 8, which means that this guy... Okay, not bad. Wow. Interesting. Alright, let's see how that sounds. this is without a channel, and without a channel, and it's without any sort of modification to it. There's no anything. It's just a sine wave with modulation on it, and it sounds weird. So let's see if we can make it more atmospheric. Yeah, I don't like the way that it's so low and so loud, so low, so I'm gonna EQ that. And then I'm gonna add not a filter, big surprise. Delay would just sound dumb. I was right. It just sounds dumb. Although I'm still playing around with it, so maybe not that dumb. Yeah, it sounds dumb. Reverb kind of adds something to it. I could pull a C418 and make it look really, make it sound really atmospheric. Alright, it's time for the ultimate hard style. Oh yeah, I could not believe. Oh yeah. Oh. No, I'm not gonna do that. Maybe if I wanna okay, it sounds really breathy, and it sounds really atmospheric, and it's really low down there, and you won't really notice it. Let's see if it adds something. Oh, you know what it kind of adds? It's because this kind of ebb and flows, right? You got the, this here. You see how, it goes, it breathes in and it breathes out. That it kind of adds that to this right here. That's kind of cool if you listen. It's kind of dumb the way it adds it, because it's just swelling and then going back, and then swelling and then coming back. But does add that element to it, kind of, which I do like. Let's try something fun. That's kind of fun. See, it's the 4th iteration of this, so I can technically go. What if okay. Let's have a splash moment. Let's open pattern 6. Let's take this preset, and so the original chord, right, what if I scrunched them all together? What would that sound like? Interesting. Okay. I really want it to have like oomph though, like it comes like boom, and it punches. That would be cool. I really like that. It's such a simple, stupid thing, but it's because it adds, I don't know, it just makes it sound different because it's shorter together, but the times that the keys are hitting the things, the speed of this hasn't changed, but the speed of the chords have, which means that the rate of change has changed, which, I don't know. That sounds, I like that. That's good. Let's crack open that filter. Let's loop this so that we can keep listening to it. Wait. Oh my god. Okay, here. Okay, that sounds good. What about a... Nah. I kind of like that. I'm gonna create... No, I want... Automation, automation... and automation. So, shut up. We want it to, the end result right in the middle, which means that this should just sit at 50, and then I want to copy that value and then paste it in here and here, and then I want, yeah, like that. That sounds good. And then I want this to fade in like that, and then come back out again before it's too late. There. And then these guys, they don't really need to hang around. Okay. My hope is that sound good. Let's listen to it. I want the mix to start with the filter, the effector in this position. So in song with this position. Okay, pro tip that bothered the hell out of me. When you start an automation, so when you insert an automation clip into FL Studio, it will automatically start the project with that knob at the initial position of the automation clip, even if you delete it, because the automation clip still exists. And if you delete the automation clip from the project, it still starts in that initial position instead of starting at the original reset position that is default. So if you want to fix that issue, instead of having to create a really short automation clip at the beginning that fixes that issue, what you have to do is, I discovered this like today, you right click on whatever knob and then int song with this position, which basically just means it's going to start at that position every time. So if my calculations are correct, like, do you remember how it sounded? The filter was still applied at the beginning when I first tested it, but since I did that trick, it made it so that it goes away. Now granted, it's not the original position, it's just the position I wanted it to start at. You could do it with anything, but that's just a problem that bothered me. Even if you go in here and it's really like, so see where it says link to controller, right? And then you go in here and it has that, the name of the automation clip, and then you can just set it to none. It won't fix it. It's crazy, but anyway. Alright. Okay, it doesn't come full force when I want it to, so I'm just gonna... Okay, that sounds better. Neat. I wonder if I can see if there's a lot of atmosphere applied to the synth. To Arcos. There's a lot of atmosphere applied to Arcos. That's my full statement. And if I were to remove that atmosphere for just this and then throw it back in at the last second, how would that sound? Which basically just equates to creating an automation clip for the reverb. Throwing it down here, increasing it like that. And also, this is still going on for that entire duration, so I'm going to make it not be around, and I could just modulate or change these, but I don't want to do that, so I'm just gonna have the volume be like this. Perf. And yeah, this. Okay. Perf. Okay, that added what I wanted. Perfect. Just that one, getting rid of that ebb and flow element. part of me is like, you don't know this is coming before it comes. And it's kind of surprising, especially given the fact that there's only 3 measures where the drums are present, and there's 4 measures where the synths are present, which is why I put that there. Because it might make a little bit more sense. But there's only... Yeah, you don't know that it's coming, it just kind of surprises you. Because in your brain, when you're listening to a song, every couple of measures, your brain's like, okay, something's going to happen next. Especially if there's a previous measure where something happens, which there isn't, which there totally should be over here. Because there's 4. And actually, there is something that happens. This fades in, then the beat comes. It goes 1, 2, about 4 measures, and then this happens. And then we're thrown in this, and then we go 4 measures, and then this happens. So I could just throw in, here, check this out. This is a trick I learned about delay. If you put delay on drums, it can make it sound really chaotic and weird, but not that chaotic and weird. It's just a neat little trick. So delay 2, and then I want it to sound really bad. That's good. That's good enough for me. And then I'm going to... because I could just add in a big reverse, you know, but I would feel uncomfortable about that. Because I put big reverses in everything. Okay, that sounds kind of cool. And then that reminds me of a problem over here. Actually, no, the reason that you know this is coming, and the reason it doesn't sound like, what, is because of this. As a filter. Oh, crap. Boom. Okay, I like that. That's good. That's gonna be where I save and quit, because I've been doing this for an hour and my butt hurts and I want to get up and walk around and do something else. So, yeah. Later, alligators.